Right, we are live. Batch 3 of the UFO files. Actually, I got the wrong date on that one. It's not the 5th of June, isn't it? Anyway, I've been barreling through these files. No redactions. What's the point? What's the point of releasing that? Absolutely pointless. Nevertheless, we shall continue. Don't worry, I've got some files to show you today in regards of German technology. And we have Jenny doing a bit of a voiceover. So there's a button here I've got to click for the intro. Let's do this. Good evening, folks, and welcome back to Alien Addict. This is the show where we deep dive into the history of ufology using original publications and materials, because we all know that the truth is out there. Happy Friday to you all. Sorry for the delay. It was actually munching on a cheese. It was a grilled cheese sandwich. I actually had a little nap beforehand, so I'm a bit the thing is, I'm at that age now when I'm the age of 36 and I can just sleep. If I just lay on that sofa, bang, I'm gone. But I wake up like an hour later feeling like absolute crap. Shows me a lesson, doesn't it? Or teaches me a lesson. But I hope you're all doing well. So yes, today we are talking about, there's a few files I'm going to bring up. I have gone through every single one of them. Yes. The UFO files, this is the third batch. Before we do that, I've got some books. I've got grease on my hands. I'm just going to rub my hands across my thighs just to get rid of the grease because I don't want to affect these books. So as you can see here, those are the books I'm collecting at the moment. Oh, actually, tell you what, solid. Let's just do roll call for a minute. Let's just say hello to everybody. Twisted Hippie, how's it going, man? Really nice to see you. And we have Mr. Bob Lazar, Rocket Man himself. John, thanks for the shout out. Much appreciated, brother. Science Evidence Fringe, how's it going, man? And we got One Shoe Saxon. Nice to see you, brother. Bob Lazar again. Sheepo Pop. Hey, Corbell Scat, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. And Grandmaster Gav, nice to see you. No, nowhere near, mate. Nowhere near. TJ Fallon, nice to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. I think you're new into chat, aren't you, to Alien Addicts? Nice to see you, and happy Friday to you. Hope you're doing well. And we've got green tea. Hey. Oh yeah, the Blue Files dump. Actually there are some videos I haven't even seen. I've just put them together. I'm not going to upload it to Alien Addict because what's the point? But we'll have a little look. I'm pretty sure there'll be like dots or some sort of flares. Nice to see you, green tea. Rotary Matrix, how's it going, man? And we've got Ben. Nice to see you, Ben. Hope you're doing well. And we have. Is that everyone? I think that's everyone. Yeah, I think that's everyone. Oh, there you are, Mark. You're right at the top there, man. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well, man. Oh yeah, your email. I will send you my address. Just don't dox my name. Actually, I'll put my missus' name instead. There we go. Thanks for the shout out, Sheep Hop Bob. Much appreciated. Hey, Sadie, how's it going, man? I should say I don't call you man, darling. I don't like calling people darling. It sounds a bit like I know. Do we call people darling these days if you're the female kind? I don't know. But how was Disclosure Day? I'm actually seeing it this weekend. Probably, yeah, probably see it Sunday. We'll see. Yeah, tox him up. Yeah, I hope not. I hope not. But I hope you enjoyed a Disclosure Day, Sadie. And Stargazer. Hello, Stargazer. Nice to see you. We got here Psionic Man 2000. Awesome. And oh, hello. Here you are, Matt. How's it going, brother? Nice to see you. I'll tell you what, we'll get Matt on the show because you haven't been on the show for about a year. We've got a lot of catch up to do, buddy, in regards of disclosure because it's a bit of a shit show, isn't it, man? But it's really nice to see you, Matt. I'll be in contact with you on X, and I'll get you on the show. We'll have a little bit of a chin wag, as one would say, here in the UK. But nice to see you, brother. Nice to see you. Right, tight. So books. Right, first things first. I do have a couple of books. I do have this one. So yeah, these ones here are extremely rare. From Rendell C. Stevens. Once you Saxon, you know he's a bit of a, kiddie fiddler. But got this one here, UFOs Contact from Under the Sea. This one right here, cost over 100 quid. Go figure. I don't want to open it too much because I just had a grilled cheese sandwich, so I'm gonna have my fingers a bit greasy. So got that one there. I thought this was called Contact from Your Rectum, and it's not. It's Rectilium. This one here. This is the updated version, so I need to get the one before that. So I've got this one here that I write through the post, all from America. Put that there like that. So my nice collection right here. Not only that, this one is coming through the post. Now, this is the most expensive book I've ever bought at $333. Yeah, no shit. I'm not joking. And it's this one here. A UFO contact from Itaby Rye. Is that right? God knows. Yep, here we are. Cancer Planet Mission. There we go. And also got this one here. UFOs contact from Angels in Starship. So extremely rare publications to get. Add into my collection. And I'm like halfway through. And the other book I want to get is about like 250 quid. It's ridiculous, but preserving the history of ufology, as one would say. So yeah, there we go. So books are coming through within time. It'll take about a couple of weeks to come from America. Hey John, how's it going? Nice to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. I saw your interview with, was it UFO Magnet? Is that the right name? I can't remember. Yeah. Really, really good interview, man. Yeah, interesting. Very, very good stuff. But nice to see you, John. Nice to see you. Yeah, nonsense. Yeah. We all know, man. We all know. Yeah, it's nice to see you, Matt. Nice to see you, brother. I'll be in contact, man. Right, I think that is everyone. Yeah, it's a star system, mate. Yeah, definitely the star system. Yeah, it's. I'm relatively new to Rectilium. I keep on calling it Rectum for some odd reason. I don't know why. But yeah, it'll be an interesting deep dive, and I will do these deep dives at some point. It is definitely my UFO porno collection. Absolutely. The blow up doll situation on eBay was to do with my nan. Let me rephrase that. She has these like old statues of like these. I would say like these. I have to show you a picture. I'll take a picture next time I'm at my nan's place. But she's got these small little statues, and she was wondering how much it costs. So I put it on eBay, and it came up with a bunch of blow up dolls. So that's what you saw on that specific live stream. Don't laugh, Bob. That's the honest truth. It's the honest truth. I know. All right, laugh it up. Laugh it up. Yeah, honestly, she wanted to find out how much they were worth, and they were very, very cheap. Not the blow up doll I'm talking about. I don't know why that popped up. No idea. But these small little statues, like clay statues. Anyway, move on from that. For Christ's sake, Nick. Right, what we've got here. UFO files. Okay. The truth. It was the honest truth. Right, okay. Was there any German references to flying discs or flying saucers? Only one. I'm going to get to it. Where are we to? What should I start off with first? Okay, so we're going to go to... Is this the right one? 05. Okay. Let's bring this up. Your cock and balls. I was extremely embarrassed when that popped up. Isn't that right, Spin It, Kenny? Spirited Kenny, I should say. Yes, was you there when those blow up dolls popped up on eBay? God knows what happened. But yeah, nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. It was an honest accident. Right, okay. First things first. We're going to get to these files right here. And I'm pretty sure the lovely lady herself, Jenny, is going to do a bit of a voiceover. Let's bring it up a bit bigger because we want to save these files. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 files to go through, okay? And we'll get to the actual video footage in a sec, all right? So, I mean, the overall perspective, I'm going to say, in regards of this UFO files, and I hope people have learned their lesson, okay? Don't get hyped up. Don't jump to conclusions that what we're going to get through these documents is disclosure, okay? I've read through so many documents over the years, especially back in 2007. Like I said many, many times on Alien Addict, if you go into the Ministry of Defense website, the National Archives, they have got thousands of UFO documents, and I've been reading through them. So what I'm seeing back then, and this is my research going back in 2007, compared to what we're seeing now, it's nothing new. It really is nothing new. I think people want to see crash retrievals, extraterrestrials, want to see, the stuff that proves of disclosure, but we need evidence this time. And what's happening again for this third batch is just regurgitated information. It just has to be said. I know people don't want to hear it, but again, a lot of people haven't really done a lot of research because people just base their research on videos. I'm old school. UFO magazines, books, obviously I read through documents and stuff like that. So it just has to be said. I know it puts people off, but it just has to be said. What we're seeing at the moment, Chillster, nice to see you. How's it going? It's nothing new, okay? But in regards of German flying saucers, there's actually one mention in regards of some sort of technology. And hope you're doing well, Chillster. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. So let's bring up this document right here. So this is CIA UAP 005 German scientist article on flying saucers, file number SODB27143. And in here, if I can bring up the thing properly, where is it to? Oh, it's there, you idiot. In here, it actually mentions about some sort of German advancement, just very, very loosely in here. So the mysteries of the flying discs, and this file here, yeah. So the 31st of July of 1950, and if you go back to my German flying saucer playlist, I believe it's the first, second, and third part. You will see I'll bring up some old school documents, which I'm going to show you. Well, I say old school. I'll say 1950s documents of prisoners of war that were working with the Germans, and their accounts through these prisoners of war, basically, that immigrated to America, that was interviewed by the FBI, talked about some sort of disc-shaped craft. So the word flying disc gets brought up, okay? The mystery of the flying discs, the contribution to its possible explanation in here. So again, this is from 1950s. I was going to read through this, okay, but then I thought, do you know what? I've got Jenny. Jenny, my AI girlfriend. Actually, my girlfriend's away. She's in Download Festival, and I dearly miss her. It's so weird, like being alone here with the cat. The cat's like, where is she? Where is my mummy? Like, oh, bless her. Oh, where is my cat? It's buggered off. So yeah, in regards of this document, it's the last last 2 pages. So page 3 and page 4. And you know me, my reading, it's not that great. But don't worry, me old cock and balls, because I've got a plan. And before the show, I have put a combination together of Jenny herself. Okay, must click the audio. I'm not cheating. I am unattractive to the opposite sex. Put it that way. And God knows how I've been with my missus for 13 and a half years. So, yeah. Look at the AI birds, yeah. Oh, bloody hell. I tell you, when I was on Hidden's show, when you were saying about that weed, giraffe pussy, it didn't come up with weed, mate. It came up with something else. But then I eventually found it. But yeah, giraffe pussy is actually a type of cannabis. No, incredible. You learn every day, won't you, Saxon? You learn every day. So in here is Jenny. She is my AI girlfriend. Shh, don't tell anyone. She is going to read this out, and because I'm just going to screw up the words, you know how my reading. I'm very dyslexic. I'm just retarded, basically. She's going to read all this. It's only what 3 minutes long. And this is the last 2 pages in regards of some sort of technology. All right. So without further ado, Jenny, should we put the audio up a bit? I think it might be okay. I think it might be all right. Let's do that. Go back and do that. Okay. So without further ado, let's play Jenny. So this is the last 2 pages. All right. Check this out.
Many heretofore unexplained phenomena now found an explanation.
Hold on.
For example, it had often been observed that the range of quickly rotating missiles, draw working, was much greater than could be explained according to the laws of ballistics. Paradoxical explanations were sought for this, such as that the air resistance decreases with growing speeds. Today we know that these quickly rotating missiles swim in the surrounding layers of air and therefore lose part of their weight. Full clarification was brought about only with supersonic speeds, which were obtained in the experiments with rockets, V2, and were arrived at by flights of many hundreds and thousands of kilometers, and which can only be explained by the way in which these missiles literally hang in the air.
Okay, right. Before Jenny blabbers on, this is what the technology... Oh, where's it to? Where are you to, you bastard? Get a good photograph up. Okay, right, we'll just bring this up. So this is what I always bang on about before the Helm-Naboo, real flying saucers. We're talking about that. Turbine-driven aircraft, all right? So it mentions about helicopters in a sec. And this was referred to as flying discs, okay? So these were turbine-driven aircraft that was developed from 1941 to 1945. Rudolf Schriever, Otto Hobsbawm, Giuseppe Belluzzo, and Dr. Heinrich Richard Mithe all worked together to build these aircraft. All right, so this is what Jenny is actually talking about here, just for reference.
The surprise of the specialized scientists the world over at the astounding results of the German V2 was not less than that which is produced today by the appearance of the mysterious flying discs. In the same way in which the ingenious discernment of Professor Junkers pointed the way for airplane construction for the whole world, thus also may his idea of attaching Flettner rotors have a revolutionary effect. Airplanes of this type must have such an enormous carrying capacity as to be practically comparable to amphibious planes of the same size. The lack of uplift produced by the Flettner rotors can easily be achieved through the oblique position of the entire airplane with a positive starting angle in connection with the enormously high starting speed. The attaching of speedily rotating tops assures side stability. There is also the possibility of attaching horizontal auxiliary propellers of the helicopter type. And what about the question of the starting force? The safety of such an aircraft stands and falls on the starting force of the cylinders, and only too well do I remember the casualties inflicted by the lack of it. As I mentioned before, only the development of a gas turbine can bring the solution, since it consists only of rotating parts and works with the dependability of a steam engine.
Here we are.
There is only one more question to be answered: could such an aircraft carry enough fuel for worldwide journeys? This question is easily answered in the affirmative. In the first place, such an aircraft has a tremendous carrying capacity, as we have already seen, and in the second place, chemical research has made astounding developments in this respect. We know today, quite apart from atomic energy, carriers of energy of unsuspected power and duration. It should be remembered that the missiles of German anti-tank weapons were coated with chemical substances which melted up to 20 centimeters of steel plates within fractions of a second. Energy carriers of this type, if applicable to a gas turbine, should make an action radius possible which far surpasses that of gasoline engines.
Listen to this.
The future will show whether the flying discs are only the products of imagination or whether they are the results of a far advanced German science which, possibly, as well as the nearly finished atomic bombs, may have fallen into the hands of the Russians.
Boom. There we go. So it mentions about flying discs, not flying saucers, flying discs. That was the term back in the 1950s. And what I find interesting in this last bit here, obviously, is mentioned as a result of some far advanced German science, for sure. Which possibility is well known as the nearly finished atomic bombs. Now, that was another, it's not really conspiracy, but the Germans were developing some sort of atomic bomb because they had a lot of uranium based in, I don't think it was Peenemünde, I don't think it was, somewhere near that sort of area. So there were documents to suggest that the Germans were working on some sort of atomic bomb, and that just has to be said. Imagine if they did have that. Woo, bloody hell. In fact, the switch, the trigger switch for the, is it Big Boy that was dropped on Hiroshima? Is that the right word for that? I don't know. The first atomic bomb that was set off was actually German technology. And that's to do with Joseph P. Farrell, as I learned that the other day when I was looking into it. So yes, there's an acknowledgement here about the fact that the Germans had some sort of atomic bomb. But it mentions about German flying discs. And that just has to be said. That's the only one I can find in the array of documents that was released today. Who was this? BJ's Misadventures. Nice to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. And happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to you, I should say. Nice to see you. And UFO Parincia. Nice to see you. The bombs were recovered by the US, though. Yes, they were. Well, many sort of technologies were sort of adopted. I mean, especially the scientists. In fact, one of the documents here talks about Operation Paperclip. In fact, I can bring that up now. But nice to see you, UFO Parincia. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. I think that's everyone in chat. Yeah. Oh, in regards of, where's your thingy here? Did that guy come forward to say it was a hoax? This is it. Someone said to me, well, someone put in the chat in one of the videos when I talked about that Brazilian mothership. I said, I do not trust Instagram influencers. Bang! Anything with the word influencer, it's like you're just a narcissist because you just want attention and likes and views and just sort of scratch your dopamine itch. That's influencers. Trust me, they're relentless. And I just had like sort of inkling, they just want to do it for clicks, likes, and views. But did the guy actually come out? Out of curiosity. Exactly. I even said that. I no wonder why people unsubscribed. But yeah, I even said that. It was like it's quite clearly obvious. When you've been in the game for a long period of time, you can just kind of tell basically these people. Famous and gayus, as one would say. So there we go. I think that German set off a dirty bomb with some kind of nuke. Yeah, nuclear, not atomic, nuclear bomb. But it says atomic bomb here, which they're sort of, I know they're completely different sort of concepts, but yeah. So yeah, there we go. That's that one there. That's that first document. And the next document is, this is the best document. This proves we have disclosure. 100%. Ready? There we go. See? Can't see anything. You can't see anything. What the hell is this? they're trying to hide something. Gay. Yeah, I find that hilarious. So anyway, next one. We are moving to hold on, let's get it up first. Okay, that one there. Fantastic. Let's bring this up. Okay, right, this is the next one. Oh, Jesus Christ, sorry. So this is CIA UAP 012. So this is actually on the war.gov website. So this files is detailing UFO reports and Soviet scientists, and it kind of mentions about Operation Paperclip in this, as I was just briefly looking through it. So this is file number B3213-33474-76. And in here, hold on, let's get rid of that first, so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Get out of here. And which bit was it? So there's domestic collection. A domestic collection division foreign intelligence information report. This is from November the 10th, 1976. Yeah, this is, I mean, it mentions here about this is just basically testing various equipment, all right, so especially testing crewmen in regards of space travel. So we've got here biological effects on aircraft noises, whatever, radiation research, and here he's got UFO phenomena. And in here is the only bits that are actually blanked out. So Dr. Oh God, I didn't even say that. So just call him A for the time being. Ask for blank personnel. Personal. Oh my God. Slow reading down, Nick, for Christ's sake. Ask for personal opinion on the UFO phenomena. He told that 99% of these occurrences, let's bring up a bigger, occurrences were traceable to either natural or man-made phenomena, such as celestial movement, air. Is that aircraft or artificial satellites? And that the other 1% cannot be explained. Possibility and hallucination. Avo Ako V, is that right? Then ask, do you think it is possible? Could there be something coming from outer space? I butchered it up completely because I knew I had to read. But yeah, it mentions about in regards of UFO sightings, the 99% can be explained by natural or man-made phenomena. So there we go. I mean, it's nothing like a big deal to talk about in regards to this document. It's just basically testing for equipment. Next one, right? Let's get rid of that. I can bugger off. We're gonna move on to file. Where is that one? FBI. Yeah, this. It's just. There we go. Check this out. Look at that. Oh my God, isn't it hilarious? It's like a bloody potato, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that. Potato. Just like the Irish would say. There we go. All right, I'm freaking out now. I can hear strange noises. Yeah, there we go. A digitalized photograph. Don't know why they put that up on there. Right, moving on to the next one. Yeah, it is actually. Oh, brilliant, brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. What's this one here? Yeah, these documents, when they say, oh, no, we won't have any Redactions. Yeah, mate. TJ Fallon. Yeah, it was faking gay, as one would say. This right here. Check this out. Federal Brew. Oh, fucking. Oh. Yeah, whatever. So here we have redactions on a lot of information right here. Okay. In regards of UFO sightings, it really is nothing new. And this anything from 2004, I just goes right over my head. I'm just like, I'm not really interested. I like old school stuff because a lot of stuff in today's day and age, especially in the last 10 years, just gets redacted. It's like, yeah, go figure. So that could come out. Honestly, this is nothing special. Hey, Moody, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. There's nothing special in regards to these documents. It really ain't. What we've got here, FBI. Yeah, here we are. Here's just like a typical example of just a collection of UFO sightings from back in the day. And this is FBI UAP D013. And what people don't realize, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring this up a bit bigger. I'm going to zoom in. These have been declassified for like, it says there, like issued May the 24th of 2007. Like it's nearly 20 years old. Like this, it's nothing new. Declassification authority derived from FBI Automatic Declassification Guide, issued May the 24th, 2007. It's like it's been declassified, and this file number here is 100-18945. No, it's not. I got the wrong one there. Here's the file number there. So that's 100-36998. And in here is just, I've read so many documentations like this. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. It's just a collection of UFO sightings for we've got here 1952. 1952. So yeah, this is ones I quite like to read, to be honest. But I've read through these to find in sort of like German technology. Couldn't really find anything. It mentions something about Foo Fighters, but we talked to death on that sort of subject. But yeah, here we go. This is a very typical declassified document in regards of UFO sightings. It doesn't prove extraterrestrials, doesn't prove of crash retrievals. It's just strange stuff in the sky. And if you've been in ufology for a long period of time, you've actually done research, no offense to the people that are new into the community, but you need to start to read stuff and not rely on X or social media for your information. Because you need to go back to the past, which is, i.e., these documents right here. So you can actually see that the fact that what we're seeing today is nothing new. It's nothing new, but there we go. That's what you're going to find. But this was declassified back in 2007, so who bloody cares? Like, anything. Oh yeah, I'm seeing it on Sunday, mate, because when is it next week? Yeah. Next Friday, I was supposed to have Nathan on today's show, but next Friday he's coming on the live show and we are going to talk about Disclosure Day. Yes. We're going to talk about Disclosure Day, your cock and balls. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. It is a shit print, yes, absolutely. But this is what you're going to find in a typical UFO documentations, declassified ones. Just yeah, what can I say? It's like it's nothing special. It's information I've heard 1,000 times before. Last but not least, let's bring up this one here. What was that one now? Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I got the wrong one, haven't I? Yeah. Come out of that. Into that. Oh, no, that was that one then. Okay, so I got it wrong. Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. That's 12. Right, okay. Come out of that. I've been retarded. FBI UAP 13. Yeah, it's that one then. Sorry, I had a bit of a brain fart, as one would say. Yeah, there we go. Hello, dead pish cheese spread. How's it going? Nice to see you. Happy disclosure. I was just joking, by the way. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. Disclosure Day is a shitty film. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's kind of funny, Science Evidence Fringe, that the fact that the people that first saw it obviously got paid to go see it first to write a great review. And then it came out, and then people started to watch it, and then they got their true opinions. And it's such a mixed bag. It's such a mixed bag. I think. Have I got a lot on next? No, I don't think I have. You'll find out there is a lot of people that are jumping to the. I tell you what, we'll talk about that because it's just something that's got to be said. People just jump to the conclusion that because Disclosure Day's coming out, we're going to get disclosure. It's like it's a movie, yeah, but it's got disclosure in it. It's got aliens. I'm like, you need to start critically thinking in this field, for Christ's sake. It's like people just jump to the conclusions. We'll get to that in a sec. Last but not least, last document here, FBI document UAP DO13 WA, and it says bits are good and bits are still worth watching. All right, fair enough, Sadie, fair enough. I just think a lot of people just want to shit on it, to be honest with you. I know people's entitled to their own opinion, isn't it, really? Depends on what you want to get out of Disclosure Day, really. So UFO investigation file number 100 18945, and in here I have nothing saved. Oh yeah, it's just got a load of articles in regards of flying discs and flying saucers from the 1950s. No, yeah, 1952. So there we go. So, like I said before, guys, if you look into the National Archives in England, the MOD, Ministry of Defence, National Archive website, you will see tons of documents, thousands of documents just like this. But does it prove we have disclosure? How about no? No, of course not. This is just information I've heard 1,000 times before. So that's that on that. We're going to get to the videos now because I haven't watched the videos. I hope this is a lesson learned to people that before those files came out, the first batch, saying, oh, this is definitely going to have disclosure. It's going to prove a lot of things, Nick. And I'm like, bitch, please. I mean, you've probably just been in this field for like 5 minutes. And I know I even predicted that. I even put in a comment on Ben the JL Porter, because he put a live stream out before the first batch came out saying, no, something big is going to happen. I says, people need to manage and lower their expectations because 2026 isn't going to be the year of disclosure, darling. It's not. And I gave a list of things why we are not going to see it. Disclosure, so to speak. I might eat crow, it might come out. But honestly, this is just a publicity stunt. This is just, I mean, yeah, you could say it's a distraction. I mean, is it really though? It's just trying to please people. And at this time being, I'm just going to say it like it is because I'm not going to have the fake version of me. 2026, you ain't going to get the truth. You ain't. And it's like, oh, those first batch, you're going to get disclosure. It's going to talk all about aliens and reptilians and interdimensional beings. It's like, oh, the first batch was shit. Don't worry, you got the second batch coming. And the second batch comes, they're a pile of crap. Oh, don't worry, the third batch is coming. It's going to prove a lot of things. Have you not learned your lesson by now? Don't trust the government. What? We're conspiracy theorists, for Christ's sake. Why are we trusting the government? I really don't get people. Like, they just don't learn their lesson. They're like, oh, I feel Project Bluebeam, disclosure. It's like, pull your head out your ass, man. Think straight, think clearly. It's not going to happen. Why are we trusting the government? That's got to be said. That's got to be said. Is a way to fund yeah, because they just want money to further their projects, I suppose so, but we're not necessarily going to get disclosure out of it. You know, we've still got 3 million documents or video footage from the Epstein files. No one's talking about that. Isn't that right, darling? Oh, there you are. Come on, come say hello. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lucifer, my cat. Mwah. Come and say hello, darling. He's like, what are you doing? Why are you picking me up? You stay there, sweetheart. I haven't seen you in a while. So yeah, my expectations for disclosure is like 0%. Naught. Slim Yin, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. I've just got to say it like it is. I just have to say it because you ain't gonna get the fake version of me. Hey, how's it going, Mark? Oh God, your name. I forgot. It's Mark something, isn't it? Mark G? Is that right? Because that's your title name. It's Mark, isn't it? I think. Write your name down in chat. So I forgot, but it's nice to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Right, okay. UFO files, nothing special. Nothing special. Mark G, I thought it was. See, I thought it was, but nice to see you, Mark. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday to you. Right, first things first. Let's bring up X. I've got a few things on X right here we can talk about. Well, bitch about, to be honest with you. Oh no, no, no! Video footage. We must look at the video footage. So I haven't seen that yet. And I got a combination all together. And how many videos are there? 5 of them. Okay, we've got it right here. I, I've just seen the first bloody video, like the first 2 seconds of it, as a fucking dot. Right, here we go. I don't think there's any audio to it. Or is there? Is there any audio to this? No, I don't think it is. Okay, right. Ladies and gentlemen, pour yourself an adult beverage. Show the pixels. Yes. Show the pixels, absolutely. Yeah, that was that was funny. I actually had a bit of a chuckle about that. But I was speaking to Hidden about this. Anna Polina Luna says that the aliens.gov was nothing to do with aliens, and even Tim Burchett said it. But the UFO community was like, "Ah, oh, aliens, it's coming." I'm like, are you not paying attention to anything these officials are saying? Unbelievable. Yeah. But anyway, rocket balloons. Praise the dots. I guarantee they're dots. And I wonder if we're going to get any good footage in regards to this. So anyway, let's have a little look. And let's see. Let's bring it a bit bigger. There we go. That's what I want to see. Okay, let's go back. Right, first video footage. Check this out. I just see blackness. Not racist. Because we live in England now, and everyone's, to say the word black, and they're like, oh, you're just talking about a black person. It's like, no, no, you're a fucking idiot. You need to, like, get out your lefty ideology. Okay, great. A ball of light. I see them all the time if you just look up into the sky at night. So you are telling me 80 years of footage, and this is the best you can do? We're going to get disclosure, guys. Oh my God, how embarrassing. 80 years. 80 years. And this is what they give us. What do you think, darling? He's falling asleep. Yeah, time to doze off, exactly. Just like my cat's doing. Fantastic. A dot in the sky. Was this taken on a potato camera by any chance? That's what it feels like. They don't care. Trump doesn't care about extraterrestrials. He only cares about trends. Alipolina Luna, Tim Burchett, Eric Burleson, and all them lot, they're just doing us, trying to do us a favor. Yeah, it could well be because the ISS, John Strokes, is like a massive ball of light in the sky. It's huge. I've done 2 videos on that, like proper zoomed into it. Right, is this the second one? I think this is the second one. Okay. Yeah, 3 million documents still needs to be released. It's going out of focus. I've captured satellites like this in the sky. I did a video on it. 2 balls of light together. The thing is with Chinese lanterns, they move slowly, but with this video footage, you're not really seeing any contrast. You're just seeing blackness and literally 2 balls of light, and that's it. And I have definitely captured this in the sky, which were definitely satellites, because I saw this in the sky. I was like, oh, bloody hell, let me bring out the satellite tracker. And I got the satellite tracker, and I literally managed to find these 2 balls of light side by side, and it turns out to be satellites. Yeah, exactly, Sadie. It's like you just don't know where it is in the sky. But the thing is, people in the UFO community, they promote this going, oh my God, this is amazing. It's like, you've just come into this field. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm finding it so tiring now. This is just so boring. Go on to Alien Addict, and I've got old school footage that are 1,000 times better than this. And this was taken by VHS home cameras, for Christ's sake. At least it's not like a 3 hour long video. Bloody hell. Okay, right. So look, right. Okay, this is definitely in the clouds. Again, taken on a potato camera. Yeah, those old school cameras, mate. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I think I had one of those. You can chuck off buildings, it will still be intact as soon as it hits the floor. Okay, fair enough. It's a bit more interesting. You can definitely see clouds. It's a ball of light, but it's just sat there doing nothing. But again, I'm going to pull up some footage of severe like objects in the sky. We can have a little look at that in a sec. Yeah, that's cool, man. No worries, brother. No worries. I don't think you're gonna miss much, Moody, to be honest with you. Yeah, good point, actually, Stargazer. Could be taken from an aircraft, actually. Although the clouds look quite stationary. But it looks like it's like above the clouds, isn't it? Hey, Jammit Music Man, nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday to you. Look at this, more dots. Yeah, plane's not moving. I would have thought, yeah, it kind of looks like it because it looks quite stationary, doesn't it? Because planes are traveling around about 500 miles an hour or thereof, and this looks quite stationary. Yeah, satellites. So Corbal's cut saying satellites and Slimmy Insane, possibly planet Saturn. Yeah. Oh. It's the context, though, isn't it? It's like I presume it's taken from the ground. Hey, Budacon, nice to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. Happy Friday. More dots, mate. It's nice to see you, man. Welcome on in. I mean, I guess if you're on ground level and you're filming the sky, but you got cloud cover, like I've seen, is it Saturn or Venus at the moment? Like two big balls of light that I saw the other day. I actually filmed it. It was supposed to be on a video. It was supposed to be uploaded as Alien Alex, and I didn't actually do it. But you can see these big balls of light, and it was kind of cloudy, but it was almost blocking out the actual planet itself. But this seems to be quite constant. Yeah, I'm not too sure, Sadie, on that one. I thought it was like where the cloud, like in the cloud, basically, which makes sense. It would have been from an aircraft, but I think we can rule out that equation because it looks like it's yeah, it's got to be on the ground level. It's got to be. Do something good. Do something better for Christ's sake. Oh God! All right, guys, put it in chat, please. Put it in chat. What are we seeing here? I think two of you got it right. Let's go back. Let's go back. You can see it's lanterns. You can see it's lanterns. Look, they travel like lanterns. Mothership from Mars. Look, you can see. So lantern, seagull. You can see with lanterns, it's like a tubular object, and it would go like a blackish, sometimes white, and then the big glow at the bottom. You can see it. You can. This is Chinese lanterns. 80 years, guys. 80 years of the best UFO footage. AJ Hardesty, nice to see you. Uh, he was. He was. Oh my god, guys! We're so gonna get disclosure. That's a joke, by the way. Oh, one more time. I've got to see this one more time. Hold on. Wait for it. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh. I've got video footage of Chinese lanterns, and I know for 100% fact this is a Chinese lantern. It's not Klaxar and his bloody spacecraft, for Christ's sake. There's no audio with this. Absolutely no audio. Right, I presume we've got one more left over. I spelled videos wrong on that. Right, what's here? A? 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 Are you taking the piss? Is this a joke? Is this the best you can do? War.gov. CGI bloody graphics. I am sick and tired of this now. I third batch. I am just. Oh God, you've got to be kidding me. This is the, yeah, absolutely twisted hippie. This is the piss take. So all your just people out there getting your disclosure bonus. That's it. Oh my flipping God. I am done. I am, excuse my language, fucking done with this crap. What the bloody hell are we watching? Blurry dots? Chinese lanterns? Bloody CGI crap? I thought we were supposed to take this ufology disclosure seriously. And you put that out? This is the last time I'm going to bring up these UFO files and video footage because... Sorry for wasting your time, guys, and wasting my bloody time. Unflipping believable. Yeah, that's what it feels like, mate. And if you think you're out there saying this is good footage, there's something wrong with you. And I'm not going to sugarcoat my expectations on this. This is the third time now. Third time. Unbelievable. Unflipping believable. 80 years of ufology, people pointing a camera up into the sky. You're telling me that the military don't have anything better than this? Where's this bloody HD footage that Anna Polina Luna was talking about? Sorry for having that pissed me right off. And I'm not going to sugarcoat my expectations now because I did see this coming, but that takes the piss. Right. Respect my disgust. All right, Slimian, thank you. Move on. Bloody joke. They're the ones that promoted bloody Gulf Breeze sighting, for Christ's sake. Oh, right. Let's bring up X. All right. Oh, Mick West. Here we are. I wonder if you can put some shining light into this. All right. I know people don't like Mick West, but I think it'd be a lot better than the crap that we just watched. Yeah, exactly, Slim Yin. Like I said when the show started, I hope people have learnt their goddamn lesson. Lower your expectations. Trust the government. Why are we trusting the government? At this point, if you think we're going to get disclosure, I think there's something wrong with you. You're in Dally land at this point. What a joke. All right, Mick West. What you got to say, mate?
And on the 9th of July, 2025, 3 law enforcement officers in the Minneapolis area, 2 hours duration for the first sighting.
Oh God, it's fucking satellites again. I see this every day. If you look up and spend 5 minutes looking up instead of on your bloody phone, you see this sort of stuff.
4 minutes duration for the second sighting
Yeah,
on video.
ISS.
An amorphous, rapidly changing blob of light and energy emitting colors throughout the visual spectrum, long duration positive lift, and then traveled approximately 40 miles in 5 seconds. Wow.
Yeah,
Got any
so this
comments
is
about that?
sure. I mean, this is describing one witness who reported for the two others in the MSP area. They're law enforcement officers. The first occurrence in February, they observed this object from a hill where they were conducting training for over 25 minutes before having the time to go to I guess, a higher location, which was a parking garage, where they observed the object just floating in the sky, sometimes moving slowly, sometimes being stationary, and then sometimes moving rather quickly, but linearly. And after about 25 minutes, also, from my recollection, on that parking garage.
ISS, it does that. When you zoom into the actual, oh fuck it, I'll bring up my video footage of it. It changes colors. It does. And don't come to me and saying space is fake and gay. It's
A helicopter got within, near vicinity of the object. I don't think the helicopter was aware of its presence. And then the object, as described by the witness, moved 40 miles north in the span of 5 seconds. And then they were still able to observe it there. And so one of the law enforcement officers got into his squad car and drove in that direction for, I think, over 30 minutes, observing it the whole time. The two individuals who are still in the parking garage observing it the whole time.
right. Okay. Right. So you've seen the footage, right? You've seen the footage of the ball of light. Okay. Let me show you what the ISS actually looks like through my observation. Okay. Now we're talking about someone that actually does critical thinking, actually does research. There is an app on the phone. It's very, very simple. It's like you can track all the satellites, and there are actually thousands of them in the sky. Okay, so I got the app up, and I'm like, I can see the ISS about to come bang right center of my house. I literally can see it in the distance through the app. So I waited, and as the ISS got closer, I filmed the bloody thing close up, all right, through a video camera. Okay, and what I'm about to show you here. So this was, did I? Oh, that's embarrassing. UFO sighting UK, July 2025. Plasma orb or ISS. That's embarrassing, Nick. Anyway, here we go. We have the ISS. See? Better footage than what we've been seeing for these UFO files.
That is not a plane. Just for context, look. It's a big light in the sky.
Here's the ISS.
There you go.
Yeah, there, I got brought up on the thing. Yeah. Yeah, I tell you what, Sadie, I'm gonna send this to war.gov and be like, got clack sire, gotta go check this out. Yeah, did I have it on freehand? Yeah, I should have put it on a tripod, mate. Or did I have it on a tripod? I can't remember. Yeah, the thing is, Stargazer, what actually happened is that I saw that in the sky a few days before, and I was like, bloody hell, that's a bit odd. And I thought, you know what, let me bring out the satellite tracker, and I literally tracked, it literally can see it come past, and I was like, oh, that might be the ISS. Let me do it until it happens again. So I kept my eye on the app and I was like, right, okay, this is the day it's going to come over right over my house, because it tells you where it is with the arrow. It shows you in a sec. And it turned out it was the ISS. See, that's how you do research. That's how you, instead of me, I could just jump to the conclusion saying, yeah, definitely Klaxar, definitely a plasma orb. But no, it turns out to be ISS. The thing is, research, man. This is it. Okay. Right, that's a plane.
Lights on there. And what we just witnessed not long ago was obviously a big ball of light. Too bright to be a satellite, I know that for sure. But just for context, that is a plane. The station actually flew over.
So there it is. Here's the app itself. It was literally bang right over my place. Literally right over. And you can actually see here, it actually gives you the whole line trajectory on that. And then it was the day after, and I thought, right, I'm going to hold on to it. Let's have a little look.
A couple of hours ago, the International Space Station flew right above Baltimore.
Yeah, take a look. You can see the bright, steady light, almost like a star moving quickly across the sky. The question is, will we be continued? Oh my goodness, will we continue to see those?
Sounds like me, doesn't it?
Spot on, Nick. Nice one.
Can't put a word edgeway. So here we go, guys. Look, we need to go through other sources to see whether or not I saw in the sky was most likely the International Space Station. It actually kind of looks like it might actually be.
So there we go. I don't know if I got another one, actually. Let's have a look. No, it might be on my Cosmic Twilight channel. But yeah, there we go. See? There we go. Just got to be said. Just got to be said. So yeah, International Space Station. There's a big ball of light in the sky. And I'm pretty sure what we saw that on X was that. All right. So there we go. All right, next one. John Greenwald says this. In nearly 30 years of doing this, I've gone from the US government not wanting to even mention a UFO and refusing to acknowledge interest to now the White House tweeting UFO videos or Chinese lanterns. Something is off with all this. It's a charade of some kind that I can't figure out yet. And I think a lot of people start to agree with him on this one. Why are they doing it? Why do they want to give us disclosure? This is it. I don't understand why. But I would agree with John Greenwald here. 100%. David, like talking about Disclosure Day. We'll save it for next time. Gulfbury sighting. I want to talk about that at some point as well. That guy from Ancient Aliens shitting on. Oh yeah, God, this. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Okay, so I did talk about this in one of my videos. Yeah, he's proper OG, mate. Absolutely, 100%. So I talked about in one of my videos about the gathering that happened at the Washington, D.C.
Afternoon. I'm here today because my leadership on the disclosure issue is part of my continued service to the nation. I took an oath as an Air Force officer swearing allegiance to the principles and the framework of the U.S. Constitution. I took that oath seriously then, and I take that oath seriously now. And if this is one of my final duties of public service, I want it to be this: helping Congress and the President restore lawful accountability over activities and spending that should never been placed beyond constitutional oversights, and to be transparent with the American people. There are a myriad of issues across multiple cultural, religious, and institutional spectrums. The topics here that we're discussing today go beyond life in the universe.
Okay, well, that's enough of that. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Right, well, first things first. I did a video, my little vlogs I do in my garden, which I've been uploading. And I talked about this on the day of this DC, Washington, DC sort of What was it called? Bloody, who cares? It's just, I would agree with you, Rory. Absolute, literally nothing burger. It's just regurgitating information that we've heard 1,000 times before. People says this was a historical event, and I'm like, how is this a historical event? We're just regurgitating information, pleading to Donald Trump to give us the truth. It's like, let's pay attention here. Okay, the guy at the back on the left, Tim Burchett, the one with the glasses. I love his accent, by the way. He has said, and I keep repeating this, and nobody's listening. No one's listening. The information, certain information, I reckon hardcore information, is being blocked. It's being redacted. So the US government are not getting those files. So it goes to show that it was a high level above the government that's stopping these files being released to the public. Okay. So you could say that's deep state scenario here. But we're not getting those documents. But I keep on hearing disclosure. And it's like, if this is above the government, then what the government is going to do about it? They want transparency. Okay, fair enough for whistleblowers. But you got to think about something. Why did David Grush come forward? And I tell you why he came forward. Because he was hanging around by people like Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp and them lot. That fan club. So he's the one that really put his foot in it. If you're a whistleblower and you've got no evidence, don't bloody say anything. Save your career, save your livelihood. At least you get some bloody financial money, from keeping your bloody mouth shut, which you should have been doing in the first place. And I keep hearing this literally since I was a kid. The US people need to know about aliens and all that. Do they? Really? Are you sure about that? Think about yourself. Think about your livelihood. This is it. It's what is the point of David Grush and Tim Gallagher and Dylan, whatever his bloody name is, coming forward to prove what? You're not a whistleblower. Whistleblowers, Edward Snowden, Julian Assange, they've brought evidence forward, and look what happened to them. Okay, when you're saying stuff, it's not a whistleblower. You haven't provided any evidence. So I don't understand why Grush has come forward in the first place. Like I said, I know why he's come forward, because he was hanging around with Jeremy Corbell, because there was a photograph with them, at that restaurant having a meal. And this was before David Grush came forward on News Nation talking about his claims. Say nothing. He shot himself in the foot. David Grush, you shot yourself in the foot, mate. Keep your mouth shut. See what I mean? We've got redacted information. We've got so-called whistleblowers that have got no evidence whatsoever. The information, that 30-minute presentation there, was just information that we already know. Pleading to, please, Kevin, we need transparency and disclosure. We need these files. What are the government supposed to do? This is higher than the government. This is why it's been kept secret for bloody 80 to 90 years, for Christ's sake. I know people get put off with the way I speak about ufology. I've been in this community for so long, since I was a kid. The amount of research that I do, and it's so clearly obvious that we're not going to get disclosure. I'm pleading to the bloody US government, and they put out files and the video footage like we just saw. Come on, guys, think. I'm getting so sick and tired of this. So I just don't want to do this anymore. I've just seen the pictures they just released, and it's all bloody CGI crap. This whole thing is just a publicity stunt. What's happening here in this not congressional hearings, and that's a bloody publicity stunt as well. But this gathering here, transparency for whistleblowers, but they got no evidence. They have no evidence. It's so tiresome. It's just repeated the same stuff over and over again. David Grush, you should just keep your mouth shut, mate. Here's a funny one. Check this out. Now, this is more entertaining than the UFO files. Oh, that's hilarious. No, that's funny. That's brilliant. Okay, right. Oh, Science Evidence Fringe, you sent me something here. Why is time speeding up? It kind of feels like it, doesn't it? One would say, oh, because you get older, you do the same thing, work, eat, sleep. I understand that sort of concept, but something feels a bit off. But Science Evidence Fringe actually sent me this. Check this out.
Time is speeding up. If you haven't noticed yet, you must be living under a rock somewhere. You can just Google Mount Athos, Greek monks. They've been there for centuries. So they've been keeping time. They burn candles, so they know when they go into their prayer sessions, they know how long a candle burns because they use the same candle, same source, everything the same. Nothing has changed. In 68, when they started noticing the speed up of time, and the candle now burns only 18 or 19 hours, when it used to burn 24 hours. So 68, that's 32, 50, almost 60 years. In 60 years, the time differential has sped up. We're going through a shift. Time is speeding up. If you haven't noticed yet.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It kind of feels like it, doesn't it? It kind of feels like it. I need to do my video on the shift. It feels like something. Oh, I say everyone's saying that, like something's brewing, but yeah, time does feel a lot quicker than it normally is, isn't it? Yeah, for sure. Hey, Alex Sackman, nice to see you. Don't get angry. Don't compare yourself to others. Yeah, I think I may sound angry. I'm just severely pissed off and frustrated at the moment, where we've had the UFO files and the new video footage that just come out, and it's just, again, it really is like a nothing burger. It really ain't. It's like declassified documents that's been declassified since, nearly 20 years now, since 2007. But no, I just say it like it is. I just have to say it like it is. I think this whole thing is just a massive farce at this time being, mate. But yeah, I understand your point, mate. But yeah, it's nice to see you, Alex. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. The quickening. Oh, that's interesting, mate. Yeah, the quickening. It kind of feels like that, doesn't it? Yeah. But I would agree. But no, Science Evidence Fringe, I appreciate that video. Much appreciated. What you're saying here, I think we have to look at his. Let me say that again. I think we have to look at this with making a division between absolute time and perception of time. Yeah. It's like when I was saying back to the fact that, when we keep doing the same thing over and over again, it's like, oh, the older you get, the more time speeds up. But it kind of reminds me of a bit like the Mandela effect, where everyone's saying the same thing. One could say, oh, the Mandela effect is just people forgetting stuff, but everyone keeps on saying the same thing. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, something's not quite right here. But no, I appreciate that video, mate. Much appreciated. What else have we got here? Oh yeah, this is funny. So Jeremy Corbell came out stating to the fact that, we'll get to that in a sec. He did actually say this. It's a big picture of Jeremy Corbell for you there. He mentioned that the fact that if the US government or war.gov does not prove that there are extraterrestrials, some sort of contact, interdimensional beings in the new UFO files, he himself is going to release the disclosure documents because he has proof. Well, I gotta say this: who given you this information, darling? I'm sure that's a threat to national security. Couldn't you get banged up in jail for that? And there's one thing with Jeremy Corbell I've noticed over the years, is that when something big happens, or something like, for instance, the UFO files, we've had like the congressional hearings, he brings out a video, he brings out a documentary, and it's like to say, he's jumping on the bandwagon, isn't it? Where something, relevant has happened into ufology. And it's very much like a marketing ploy, isn't it? It's a marketing technique, isn't it? And then you copyright other people's, you copyright your footage on other people's channels, which really goes to show the arrogance of the person. But he says he's going to release his files of disclosure, proof of disclosure. So time's ticking, mate. It's going fast. I'd like to see that. He did say it. He did say it. I played out one of my videos, my diary videos that I did. Anyway, enough about that nonsense because it's not going to happen. Let's move on to. I think that's it, really. Oh yeah, that. Okay, this got brought up. I am really kind of like. And I talked about this clickbait farmers on X. In fact, I want to talk about this with Russell Callahan. I'm actually interviewing him on Sunday, so the interview will be uploaded during the week. Because Russell Callahan used to be a prominent figure in ufology back in the 90s, obviously for UFO magazine and stuff like that. So he has seen over the decades how ufology has changed, and that's one question I wanted to ask him. What's the difference between ufology back in the 90s compared to what it is now? And I'll be really interested to hear his thoughts on that. And this, by Doctor Disclosure, I'm sorry, Brazilian dropped this in their UFO archives, and we were all just supposed to keep scrolling. Well, first things first, darling, that was taken from a AI video that was uploaded to YouTube. And either you or somebody else basically took a screenshot of it, blurred out the actual alien, and then stuck it on your social media page stating that this was from the Brazilian Declassified UFO Archives. And yes, the Brazilian did release their UFO files. I haven't gone through it because they wanted to give a load of my information, email address, phone number, where I lived, and I was like, you can go sod yourself on that one, darling. You know, you just want to steal my data, so I didn't bother at the end. But yes, they have released their UFO files, and it's not in those files whatsoever. This was taken from a video from YouTube. Where is it to? We got it here? No. It's just people taking the piss. Yeah, this is it with clickbait farmers. I find it very irritating. And one would say, well, you know, ufology is entertainment. It's like, well, where's the seriousness into this equation then? It's like, pick a side here. Do you want the seriousness or do you want the entertainment side? Because if you're in the entertainment side, you're not really thinking rationally, going to be honest with you. Hey, Minute Noon. How's it going? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I downloaded Close Encounters to watch later tonight. That's all we were going to get from Mr. Spielberg. Yeah, I mean, we could talk about Disclosure Day. So, I mean, I haven't even seen the film yet. Am I looking forward to it? I was actually looking forward to the actual grilled cheese sandwich that I had before the show. I said to my missus, do you want to go see Disclosure Day? And she's not really into aliens and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, Panama. Oh yeah, skip all that. I think that's everything so far. Yeah, I think that's it. We do have someone else on the show in a sec. Come out of that from X. Yes, it's Disclosure Day. So it's been a mixed bag, isn't it? From what people have been saying on the internet. Because a lot of people were saying before the movie came out, and David Icke is a sucker for this as well, that it's not just a coincidence that the fact that the UFO Files and Disclosure Day movie is coming out. There's definitely a connection there. And you think, how is that a connection? Like, what's the connection? Well, it's disclosure, isn't it? And it's all to do with UFOs and aliens. It's like, yeah, but Disclosure Day, if you listen to Steven Spielberg's interview that he did, he says he wrote Disclosure Day on his iPad in 2023. The UFO Files that was going to be released this year happened in March. Okay, so that's 3 years different. So is there a connection between Steven Spielberg and the Trump administration? Did they know that they're going to release UFO Files as well as Disclosure Day movie coming out together? It's like, no, they didn't. You know, this is the problem now with ufology. People are trying to put the connections, but the connections are not making sense. This is it. It's people were saying that the fact that Disclosure Day is coming out, therefore we're going to get disclosure. and it's not just a coincidence. And I'm like, well, I don't see the coincidence there at all. I really don't. I don't see the connections whatsoever. I find this, yeah, it's marketing. This is it. It's either people just too in conspiracy theory land and they just really jump into conclusions. But this is just a movie. So after the third batch of UFO files and video footage come out today, which is a load of crap, whilst Disclosure Day's movie coming out, so what's the correlation between the two there? I don't see anything. I've got watching the movie so far, but what I've been hearing from people, the movie's been spoiled for me. Even saw the ending of the movie online because it just got spoiled everywhere. I just think people are just jumping to conclusions on this movie. Like, we're going to get the truth. We're not going to get the truth, especially from the movie. We've had E.T. and the Close Encounters of the Third Kind, for Christ's sake, you know. So yeah, that's enough I'm going to say about Disclosure Day until I watch the movie, so to speak. But yeah, marketing. Yeah, I would say so. I actually enjoyed Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Oh, was that the 2007 one? Oh, the alien mummies and the UFO and the UFOs comes up out of the ancient sites. Wasn't bad. Some hated it. I liked it. I was hoping for Disclosure Day would. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until I get my actual thoughts on Disclosure Day, mate. But Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, I'm pretty sure people sort of crapped on that, didn't they? Oh, I got an email from Russell. Russell, if you're there, mate, I'll send you a reply back when I finish. Hey, cat's tongue. Nice to see you, man. Hey, it kind of looks like my cat a little bit. Yeah, I always find black cats and just got like wicked personalities. Where is he to? Is he gone? Yeah, he's buggered off somewhere. But yeah, nice to see you, cat's tongue. Nice to see you. It's all right. It's just a movie, bro. Yeah, exactly. It's a movie. It's like, we're not going to get disclosure from it. But nice to see you, cats. Nice to see you. Let's have a little look here. They changed it in the early 60s, but then it was at school, so it was Rio. Not sure you mean on that one, Chilster. Probably missed what you're saying in chat. Yeah, I would imagine it'd be entertaining. I mean, it's Steven Spielberg, isn't it? You know, it's going to be entertaining. Right, I tell you what. Let's. What have I got on my list? Because I've done a lot of bitching today, and apologies for my attitude, but I am really sick and tired of this nonsense now. I really am. I've had enough with UFO files and crap. Look, I tell you what. Let me show you what's actually in these UFO files. Look, check this out. Is this what they released? I mean, what? Okay. Oh my God. So the planet Saturn, it's like literally over the highway there. Okay. It's like the bloody moon, for Christ's sake. Look at that. Yeah. It's AI stuff, Sheeple Pop. Yeah, when I saw how the government was going about disclosure with all the roadblocks, I knew it was a cover-up. Yeah. Like, it's all the documents being redacted, and it's like, well, let's just give them some sort of information, but it's like the low-end crappy stuff, you know, stuff that we've already heard before. But yeah, cover-up for sure, yeah. Okay, we're going to get to this document in a sec. Right, okay. This is just nonsense. I'm going to come out of that because it's kind of winding me up at the moment. Let's have a little look. So we have, do you know someone called Brad Olson? He talks about Antarctica and all that. That's what I've been hearing, John Smith. Yeah, hey John, nice to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, this is it. It's a lot of mixed bag, and I mentioned in the beginning of the show that the fact that the people that saw the movie when it first came out, they obviously had special privilege to actually go in because they're actually paid to write up a good or positive review on this movie. Same with like these Disney Star Wars idiots, all these lefty people that get paid by Disney to go watch, The Mandalorian and be like, this is the best Star Wars movie ever. It's like The Empire Strikes Back. And it's like everyone watched it. It's like the movie bombed because it's shit. This is it. It's like these like paid shills to say it's a good movie. And I saw that when that movie, a day before it actually was released because it was released in the UK first and then in the US a couple of days later. And then you start to hear the film reviews online, especially on YouTube, and everyone was saying like there's nothing special about this movie. It really is not. So it is pretty much like a mixed bag. I'm going to be honest with you, but it's nice to see you, John. Hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah, Empire Strikes Back. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I remember when Disney bought Star Wars in 2012. I remember that day. I think it was like October of 2012. I was actually in Bath doing gardening work. I was in the van. I was going, Disney had bought Star Wars for like 2.4 billion or something like that. I'm like, they're going to make 7, 8, and 9. And I'm obsessed by that. But obviously Disney-fied it and turned it to shit. So it's their fault. But Empire Strikes Back, it's amazing. In fact, the last time I saw a Star Wars movie was a few years ago. And it was actually I like A New Hope more. And I was actually tripping balls and mushrooms when I watched that. True story. It was good. Right. Okay. Brad Olson. Is it Olson? Brad Olson. Antarctic Secret Exposed. I'm going to play a little bit of this, and then I'm going to play a little bit of that afterwards, and I'll show you what a little bit of that afterwards is. Europay Reporting Centre, and I'm going to skip to 2144, and he mentioned something here, and I just want to clarify a few things because people don't really do research. Okay, check this out. So here is an interview with Brad Olson at Contact in the Desert, which I'd like to go to sometime next year. It just costs a lot of money to sort of go to America, a few thousands. So he mentions about the Antarctica story, Operation High Jump, the Hownabu flying saucers. So he's almost like he's regurgitating the stories that we already know in regards of what's happening in Antarctica. But he mentions this.
If history were to be truthful, and I told this to the German audience, that the Germans were the first to the moon, that beat us there by decades. They're also the first to explore the solar system and the first to get to Mars. Of course, we're not being told this. But in the data...
That's a Vladimir Brzezinski quote. That's going back to the early 90s. Again, he's just sort of regurgitating information.
The first Department of War... We're not being told this. But in the data dump, the first Department of War data dump that just came out on May 8th, a few weeks ago, in those 146 original files, one of them was an FBI document about a German who was working on some of these programs in 1946 and was witnessing, 1943. So it's still the middle of the war. And he was witnessing these craft. And it said in the document that could go to 40,000 foot elevation. So essentially a space-faring craft. And he said they could also travel at a speed of 1,500 miles an hour.
Jeez.
So this then also confirms what Admiral Byrd said at a press conference 2 months at the end of High Jump. It was supposed to go for 6 to 8 months, but they called it off prematurely. And he spoke to the press in Santiago, Chile, when they were coming back, and it ran in the El Mercurio newspaper in early 1947, where he said, not to be alarming, but we will have to deal with the reality of an enemy that could fly pole to pole at incredible speeds.
Right, okay. So he's talking about advanced German technology. He is talking about Operation High Jump and Admiral Byrd. Now, obviously, we've done the Operation High Jump before. Go check out one of my live streams that I've done on it. And we've gone through Admiral Byrd's diary. It's just a fabricated story that was made up because it sounds like a comic book, basically. If you we actually looked through the book itself, the original book, it just sounds like a comic book. So, in regards of what he was saying there about the German technology, the flying saucers, he was saying that this is some sort of advanced technology, and people are just talking about the Haunebu. They keep saying, "Oh, this, these flying saucers can travel, thousands of miles and all that," but he doesn't go into specifics. Okay, here is the actual document. I've brought it up before. We'll get to that in a second. Gorvel Cat. Here is the documents here. Sometimes during 1943, he graduated from German Air Academy and was assigned as a member of the Luftwaffe. Is it Luftwaffe? Yeah, whatever it's called. On the Russian front. Near the end of 1944, he was released from his duties and assigned to test pilot a top secret project in the Black Forest of Austria. Now, the Black Forest of Austria flying saucer can be dated back to this book right here. This is a very controversial book from Germany that was released in 1996. And this is by Jan van Helsing. And this is the German version, which is actually banned in Germany. And this is called Secret Societies and the Power of the 20th Century. And this is where the first mention of the Black Forest flying saucer. Okay, actually, we'll do that next show, actually. We'll talk about that. And that's where really the story sort of came from. But this, it's sort of reaffirming that, okay? But it's not talking about Haunebu. That talks about Haunebu, the anti-gravity sort of tachyon drive flying saucers. But in this document right here is talking about during this period, he observed an aircraft described above. It was a saucer-shaped, it was 21 feet in diameter, radio-controlled, and mounted several jets, engines around the exterior portion of the craft. Jets, not anti-gravity. They're talking about jet propulsion, okay? Further, he described the exterior portion as a revolving around the dome in the center, which remained stationary. It was a Pelier, or whatever it's called, responsibility so this was so yeah, so he was saying here that he managed to photograph this flying saucer, and it can travel 7,000 meters in 20,000 feet, and yeah, I mean, going back to what Brad was saying here, he looked at this document and was like, right, that proves anti-gravity. It's not. Actually, read the document. It says it mounted several jet engines around the exterior portion of the craft. He further described the exterior portion as a revolving around the dome in the center, which remained stationary. And like I said before, in this book here, UFOs, Nazi secret weapon, that came out in 1974. This was first talked about in the 1940s before Haunebu, because Haunebu didn't, the story of Haunebu didn't really came out until the late 80s, early 90s through a publication called The Time Machine and Dasville Project from the THG Society, the Doppelhoff Gesellschaft by Norbert Jean Rathofer and Ralph Ethel. And what I'm talking about, what they're talking about here in this document is, I'm trying to find the bloody photographs. Well, it's that, like I just showed you, that. Okay, so this is what they're talking about, all right, which seems more plausible that they will actually create something like this. There's no actual real evidence of that, but it seems quite plausible because we actually had engineers from Germany and Italy that came forward, especially Giuseppe Belluzzo on the 25th of March of 1950, an Italian newspaper called Gialle d'Italia. And then 5 days after that, on the 30th of March 1950, we had Rudolf Schriever came forward in a magazine called Der Spiegel, and he talks about his involvement on the German flying discs. What we're talking about. So that's what that document is referring to. It's jet engines and not anti-gravity Haunebu flying saucers. This is it. when it comes to German flying saucers, I don't think people really have done a lot of research into it. Well, they probably have done, but it's internet research. It's all over the place. It's all combined together. It doesn't really make any sense. But go check out Alien Alex playlist because I have break that down in correlation, in chronological order or timeline, so you can understand where these stories come from. And all my research on Nazi flying saucers has come from publications. Your cock and balls. Actually, I got one up here. Actually, I was looking at it the other day. Where's these two? I haven't really looked into these actually. God knows what that's called. No idea. It's all in German. I haven't really looked into this actually, and it's all to do with German flying discs. I might do a breakdown into this because it's all in German. Anything in there? That talks about underground flying saucers in oh god, I don't know. It's all in German. Dated July 1955. So those concept of underground facilities, you know, this is going back in the 1950s. So I've got two. There's actually 3 publications, and I've only got 2 of them. Let's have a little look. What's that in there? Anything interesting in here? Any photographs? Yeah, again, another flying disc rotating fan around a stationary cockpit. There we go. In fact, the earliest mentions of that in the book is from this one right here. I've got to cover up the swastika. German Secret Weapons of World War II by Rudolf Lazar. If I skip to page... And this actually came out in 1959. There's a 1959 edition. Is it 160? 165? There we go. And here we have the German flying discs of World War II. So there we go. So turbine-driven aircraft, real cock and balls. Anything here on the show? I think that's it, really. Yeah, okay. But just a clarification, jet engines are not anti-gravity flying saucers. Meal cock. So yeah. Oh, mentioned one of my books, UFO Crash at Aztec. That book you have on your bookshelf. Make a program about it. One of the best books I have also. Mate, hold on to it. Yeah, that. You weren't here in the beginning, basically. I've got 4 of these books on the way. I've got the Reptilian one. I've got that one that's come through. And, oh, I don't want to... I'm just really anal about like putting these books in because they cost me a lot of money. But yeah, this one here, UFO Crash at Aztec, that book there, it's a big book, isn't it? It's massive. Goes for a lot of money on eBay. There's one on eBay at the moment for... Shall I have a look? Hold on. Got a bit of time to go. Yeah, I could do a program on it actually. That one there. Let's have a little look. Let's go on eBay. eBay, where you do eBay? Oh, there it is. I did have a look at it. Would you like to know how much that book cost on eBay? There you go. Jesus Christ. $791, and that in UK money is £589.72p. Buy it. No, should I click buy now? No, I've already got the book. But yeah, that's how much the book costs. And I bought that book for £80. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, a lot of money. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So yeah, I haven't got that one now. That's the next ones I need to get. You see that there? Hold on. Oh yeah, the Umo books. I need to get those ones, but yeah. Investment, absolutely. Absolutely. Right, okay. If I do have anything else, an hour. Okay, we've got a little bit of time left to kill. Let's have a little look. See what I can bring up. Okay. Mysterious spheres. So the people that don't know, yeah, I know. It'll be well, give it another like 50 years, and I'm pretty sure this all will reward me. In fact, I need to go get another bookcase. So next week when I go live, I'll have a second bookcase here because I've got all my magazines I need to bring up, and I've got obviously more books on the way as well. So yeah. So me having kids, you got to be kidding me. I am not a kid person. In fact, me and the missus made that decision that we are not having kids. Yeah, no marriage and no kids. So that's why I buy all these books, Science Evidence Fringe, because I've actually got the money to save for it. Yeah, I'm not a kid person. I'm really not. I can't bloody stand them, to be honest with you. Screaming all over the place. Hey, you're back, Moody. Hey, Moody's back. Laptop charging. Oh, mate, was you there for the UFO video footage? I had a massive hissy fit after it all finished. Charging. And the watermelon. Ooh, watermelon wine. And oh, mate. Watermelon wine. That sounds amazing. Watermelon wine. Ooh. It's almost like I was going to say like is it Eco Falls? Watermelon and kiwi. Oh, mate, that sounds banging. Yeah, like a rosé wine, isn't it? Actually, that sounds delicious. I'm I'm looking at pictures of it. Oh, that sounds gorgeous. Watermelon wine. Yeah, mate. Go back and have a little look. It's absolute piss take, mate. I had a proper hissy fit when it all finished. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds lush, man. In fact, I'm taking my mum out tomorrow because the missus is away. I said, right, we'll go for a meal and we're gonna go ghost hunting. So I'm gonna make a video on that. Yes, we're gonna have a little ghost hunting video tomorrow. Or I'll probably upload it probably like Monday or something like that. And this place does like pretty good cocktails. In fact, I got fucking pissed as a fart last Saturday. We had my boot camp lot, my gym lot people. We had a party, and I had a pina colada, and it was, oh my god. The place that made it was unbelievable. Because sometimes you have a pina colada, it tastes too coconutty, sometimes too pineapple, and this got like a perfect mix. And it was, oh, I could murder a cocktail right now. Absolutely. Oh, vanilla custard. Oh, made with cream. Oh my god, they're making me hungry. Yeah, we had a British themed party on Saturday, and we had scones with jam and cream. Right, first things first. We won't say we're having an argument, but a lot of discussions that turned a bit not violent. But do you put the cream first or the jam, or do you put the jam first or the cream? Personally, myself, I like to put the cream first, spread that clotted cream on the actual scone, and then you put the jam on top. I'm hungry now, for Christ's sake, all this food talk. Got wine, cocktails, food, Yorkshire puddings. Oh, mate. I tell you what, beef dripping Yorkshire puddings are the best. I can make them proper girthy as well. I forgot what I was talking about then. What was I going to be doing? God knows, but I tell you what, mate, that watermelon wine sounds absolutely beautiful. You never had watermelon wine? No, mate. No, I've only really got into like cocktails and rosé when I went out a couple of weeks ago with my missus' parents, and I was like, Sue, she had this like rosé, and I was like, what's that? Like, it's rosé wine. I was like, it looks really nice. So I'll order one. And I think I had about 3 of them. Same thing as tomorrow. And I was like, that's really nice, actually. So I would imagine what you're saying here, the watermelon wine, kind of a bit like a rosé. Oh, you made it yourself. Hold on. Tastes like summer. Cut up 3 watermelons, boil juices them. Thing is, a lot of sugar. You put some sugar, some tea, some raisins, and some yeast. It's going to make me bloated, though. You brew it for 2 months. So you ferment it then. Boom. Oh, mate, actually. Yeah, thing is yeast. Thing is, when I went to the party, I had a lot of gin because the yeast through the beer and lager just makes me bloated as hell. Terrible. Right. Cream first. Jam and cream. No, so I cream first because the cream is the clotted cream. Sometimes if it's been in the fridge, you want to spread it. You don't want to dollop it on the actual jam itself. You want to spread the cream so you get an even coating across the scone, and then you put the jam on top. Trust me, we're all having like a fucking argument on Saturday. There was loads of scones, absolutely loads of them. Right, okay, we'll move on because I'm rambling too much. Okay, just to sort of finish off. Russell Callahan, the editor of the UFO magazine, I'm going to be interviewing on Sunday. It's pre-recorded. It's not going to be live. It's all pre-recorded. And we're going to talk about ufology and his time during the UFO magazine. He went to Heidi Moussan's house. He would set up all these conferences with Stephen Greer, Nick Pope, Tony Dodd. Literally, he knew everybody, and I would love to pick his brain and see what ufology was like back then compared to what it is now. And he sent me a number of things through an email, and he sent me this one that's not on the internet called Mysterious Spheres. So I'll just be interested to see what is in there. I've watched it, but a lot of people haven't really seen this. But let's have a little look. So we've got. This is produced by Russell Callahan and narrated by Graham Birdsall. And we talk about Graham when I interviewed Russell because he's sadly passed away now, but he was a prominent figure in ufology, especially in the UK.
Faster than Jap planes, and they were soon out of sight. A few other things puzzled me. I couldn't seem to make out wings or tails. They seemed to wobble slightly, and every time they wobbled, they would shimmer brightly from the sun.
Gotcha. All right,
Their colour was like highly polished silver. No bombs were dropped, of course. All in all, it was the most awe-inspiring spectacle I have seen in my life. On the 15th of August 1950, radio station owner Nicholas Mariana became the first person to produce 16mm camera film of flying saucers, as a formation of sphere-like objects flew above a local sports field at Missoula, Montana. Then, on the 2nd of July 1952, and with sightings of mysterious flying saucers reaching epidemic proportions across America, US Naval Warrant Officer Delbert C. Newhouse filmed this formation of mysterious spheres over Tremonton, Utah, with his 16mm camera.
I remember Project Blue Book actually debunked this as actually seagulls.
After detailed examination by US naval analysts, the film was deemed not only genuine,
Yeah, mate. This is it. This is what I mean. If you go back to Alien Addict, I've got a load of old school UFO documentaries, and the footage are so much better than what we're getting now. We've got HD 4K cameras for Christ's sake, and we're not seeing that. And you wouldn't think what the military has. I mean, look at batch number 2. We played that 3-hour video footage from the military, from these drones, and this is like 40 years ahead of the time. They've got way better footage. They're just not showing us.
But the objects were estimated to have travelled at speeds far in excess of known conventional aircraft. Interestingly, in their official report, the US Navy concluded, the objects are internally illuminated spheres and are not reflecting sunlight. In the years that followed, more and more people would go on to photograph or film unidentified flying objects. Not just in America, of course, but throughout the world. As the evidence began to build that something extraordinary was visiting our skies, there were occasional glimpses of the mysterious spheres.
This one.
This remarkable sequence of film was taken during the inaugural test flight of Concorde.
Look at that.
Watch again, as the sphere descends and comes to an abrupt stop, before rising slightly to move alongside the aircraft, then rise again to disappear at speed. A piece of dust on the camera lens, or a genuine UFO. By the early 1980s, camcorders were becoming a common tool, and with that came a sudden surge in UFO footage captured on videotape.
Now, there's one thing that Heine was on, I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, but this footage alone, it's one of the best. Now, I've done a video on this. This was taken during the solar eclipse in 1991 in Mexico. This object, which is clearly a flying saucer or flying disc, and 6 people managed to actually film this separately in different locations. It is immensely, was one of the best sightings. Check this out.
Nowhere was this more pronounced than in Mexico, where, after a spate of UFO sightings greeted the solar eclipse over that country in July 1991, the term spheres would soon become a common byword.
It kind of looks like a flying saucer, doesn't it?
In the midst of all this activity, a new phenomena began to emerge, and with its appearance came a new term to describe it: the fleets. These extraordinary formations of the mysterious spheres have appeared countless times over Mexico.
The other thing, Moody, is that we got satellites now that can literally spot your license plate. I am not joking. So you're telling me that satellites don't have, I mean, especially the ones that face out into space or even down through Earth's orbit, they don't have like the best UFO footage? I mean, they can spot like literally anything. I suppose you think how many satellites are in orbit at the moment, and I think the vast majority of them they're not really telling us about. Definitely sort of military, and they're telling me that they don't have some sort of amazing footage that they're not showing us. They can spot license plates, for Christ's sakes. You know what I mean?
And literally brought traffic to a standstill. The most plausible explanation is that these objects are nothing more than helium-filled balloons. But as any visitor to Mexico will tell you, the thin air renders helium-filled balloons virtually useless, as this man discovered when he tried to launch an advertising balloon in Acapulco, where the air is nothing like as thin as that found in Mexico City, which is precisely where this fleet of mysterious spheres greeted the arrival of the Pope in January 1999.
Okay. Oh, it's Heine.
Jaime Maussan is a leading television investigative journalist in Mexico, and, since featuring UFOs on his Terza Millennia weekly TV show in 1991, has gone on to amass
waiting to be found.
Nonetheless, far from plunging to Earth, these mysterious spheres, which appeared over Stirling, Scotland during the summer of 1998, appeared content to loiter high in the clouds.
Imagine like a real close encounter sighting, Alex, will have a massive effect on a person. This is, you kind of make a good point on that one, actually, Alex, because the fact that, you know, people, I know this live stream here, it sounds like I'm a bit pissed off, a bit angry, or what we've seen. But I am a true believer. I believe that people have been in contact with these aliens, interdimensional beings, whether or not they're bloody demons or something along the paranormal sort of scope. And they're definitely interacting with people, civilians. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about dots in the sky, and especially with the aliens.gov situation when it's to do with immigration, you're taking this seriousness out to the fact that people are having these experiences. And what you're saying here, that the fact that is, okay, it's not about the sighting, it's what happens afterwards, the effects on people. And I'm not denying that at all. I do believe that people have been abducted and have especially had some sort of contact with these entities, as one would call it. But what we're seeing at the moment, it's not even get into that sort of into that equation at all. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is it. I think that sort of aspect, Alex, that sort of contact of abduction, it's people dismiss it easily because it's a bit too far-fetched. It's fine seeing a flying saucer or an object in the sky, but when you're actually having a physical contact with an entity, it's I think a lot of people, or like talking about Tom, Dick and Harry outside there, are not really into ufology. They're like, oh yeah, okay, that's a bit too far for me. Do you know what I mean? But that is part of ufology. This is it. You have to look at both sides here. And I spoke to people that's had these experiences as well, and they seem like very legit, I have to admit. And we shouldn't deny it. We shouldn't. Love music.
Local man Brian McPhee has filmed numerous spheres ever since, and on one occasion captured this remarkable sequence when a sphere appears to split in two.
Well, that's interesting.
Here's the sequence again.
That's my pleasure, mate. No worries, mate. You make a good point there. You do make a very good point.
Now watch closely as we slow down the film.
That's odd. Look at that.
It's a real puzzle.
Let's go back a bit. Have a look.
Here's the sequence again. Now watch closely as we slow down the film. It's a real puzzle, but where does the second object vanish to? Meanwhile, several hundred miles to the south, Christopher Martin was on hand to record yet further examples of mysterious spheres. This sequence was shot in the summer of 1998, looking out towards Canary Wharf in central London. "12 months on, and on the 29th of April 2000, Christopher captured the moment when the spheres revisited the nation's capital. After filming sphere-like objects on 3 separate occasions, this extraordinary afternoon culminated with the appearance of 2 spheres, but these appeared to be joined. Watch carefully as they proceed to pivot to and fro in one of the world's busiest air corridors. Incredibly, on the 22nd of July 2000, Christopher filmed yet again something remarkable in the skies over London. These spheres appear to be joined by some kind of tether. But are these merely balloons, caught drifting in the wind? If so, who released them? And why, if these and other spheres filmed by Christopher are merely balloons, why were civil aviation authorities on the ground oblivious to their presence?
If these were balloons, I'm not saying that it is, it's probably most likely, to be honest with you, because it's got like a connection between the two. It goes to show what balloons will actually act like in that certain atmosphere.
At the very least, these would surely have presented a potential hazard to passing commercial aircraft.
Beautiful. Right, that's it. That's it. I'm going to put the link for that video in the description. So you can go check it out. It's on Alien Alex channel and it's called Mysterious Fears. There we go. Look at that. Fantastic. So that massive thank you for Russell Callahan for sending me that video. It's actually not on the internet, believe it or not. So that was a world exclusive, I believe, from UFO magazine. So yes, okay, right, I'm going to end it there, guys. We've gone over 2 hours. I want to keep the shows, to an hour and a half to 2 hours. Just do a little round off. Apologies if I got a bit pissed off earlier. But I don't think I'm going to be reviewing any of these UFO files anymore unless something decent comes out. I'm going to have a little look for it first. And then we can watch these UFO footage and just laugh at it. But like I said, I hope this is a lesson learned to people where you need to manage your expectations. Okay, lower your expectations. Okay, because what we've been seeing so far, it's just been an absolute shit show. It really has. It's proved nothing in terms of like information that I haven't really heard before. So plans for during the week, you'll still get old school documentaries uploaded. I'm going to be uploading rods. Remember rods? I've got my VHS tape there that I'm going to be uploading, and some other old school documentaries as well. And I've got an interview with Russell Callahan on Sunday, which I'll be uploading to Alien Alex during the week. And next Friday will be in a interview with Nathan from the Quantum Show. It will be live, okay, like today, but it'll be with Nathan. And I'll get in contact with Matt as well from Terrestrial Materials, and I'll probably get that for the next week because we've got a lot to talk about. All right. And yeah, there we go. So I hope you enjoyed the show. A lot of me bitching. Hey, Moody, thank you so much, man. Size Evidence Fringe, Green Tea, John P. Adventures, Corbell's Cat. And Alien Alex, you're banned. I'm banning you, mate. You're going, mate. One True Saxon, come say goodbyes now, guys, because I'm going to end the show here. And yeah, I think next couple of weeks will be another batch of UFO files. God knows. Who knows? And Mark G, thank you, Mark G. I'll respond to your email, mate. I'll respond to your email. And I think that's it. Alex, nice to see you, mate. Thanks for being here. Stargazer, Bob Lither, and Green Tea. Everyone's gone. They're like, we've had enough of you bitching, Nick. Right, so if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Actually, don't subscribe because you probably just get unsubscribed anyway, like it is at the moment. And yeah, thank you, Bob. Bino from Oz. Hey, man. Yeah, I'll have a good weekend, and you too, man. And yeah, thanks for being here. And Sadie. Oh, thank you. Great show. Much appreciated. So yeah, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Actually, don't subscribe. And we'll be back next week for another live show. And yeah, good times will be had by all. By then, I'll be watching. I would have watched Disclosure Day, and I'll get my thoughts on that. Like a Stargazer. Hey, oh, Blue Butterfly. Nice to see you. You got a big name. I forgot. I would definitely will try and nail your name properly because I've got to get people's names right. But it's nice to see you. Thanks for the emoji. And yeah, thanks for being here. Yes, if you can, that'd be amazing. Yeah, thanks, Alex, and thanks, Super Pop and Moody as always. Right, that's it. Have a good weekend, guys. I'll see you next week for another live show. What's my catchphrase? Actually, what did Ian R. Crane used to say? What we do in life ripples throughout eternity. I'll see you next week. That's me back in the 90s, breakdancing. How old was I for that? Like 9 years old? Yeah, go! Brings me back some memories. Look at that bloody double chin I've got. Anyway, enough of that. We'll see you next week, guys. Have a good one.